Coach Jake, I hope you guys are doing wonderful today. What is going on? Give me a roll call if you can. Give me a number one. What's up, Luster Tiddlywings? Punchy Facey. What's up, Carmen? Matthias Cajo, Chris Franklin, Fur, Ka, Trenner, Pigeonholed. What's up, guys? Happy to see you guys. Give me a number one in the chat. Today, I want to talk about some craziness. I want to talk to you about marketing. I want to talk to you about business. I want to talk to you about wrestling, grappling, MMA, pro wrestling. It's all connected, right? So let's get to it. I want to talk a little bit. Did you guys see this thing? Do you guys follow sport? Do you Sportskeeda, that website? I love that website. So there's an interesting article there that I thought might be of interest to you guys. Who here is a female is a female? Who here is a fan of Mighty Mouse? Who here is a fan of Mighty Mouse? What's up, Gabrielle? Happy to see you. Who here is a fan of Mighty Mouse? Demetrius Johnson. You know who I'm talking about? Great fighter. Okay, I want to talk to you about this article on Sportskeeda. I'm going to read it. Demetrius Johnson drops bombshell. Says UFC gave quarterly incentives to fighters based on Instagram traffic. Interesting, right? Gabrielle says, I don't even know who that is. Mighty Mouse. Type in Mighty Mouse MMA in YouTube and you'll get an eyeful. He's a really talented guy. But he just dropped this bombshell. I don't know if it's a bombshell. Is it even controversial? Is it a bad thing that Dana White is giving quarterly incentives to fighters based upon their Instagram traffic? First of all, to me, I think that's a good idea, right? Because you have to promote your fights. Without promotion, you're fighting in front of nobody, right? You follow? So I want to read this, okay? So this is this came out May 15th, 2 days ago. Mighty Mouse drops bombshell, says UFC gave quarterly incentives to fighters based on Instagram traffic, okay? So some of you guys are seeing me on Instagram. I'm trying to get some Instagram traffic. I'm also on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, LinkedIn. I'm everywhere, right? So, okay, this article written by Giancarlo Aulino. Hope I'm not messing that up too bad. Demetrius Johnson recently dropped a bombshell. ATLX says, great idea. Carmen says, smart, increase your draw. You do. The more people, the more money, right? Demetrius Johnson recently dropped a bombshell as he revealed that UFC fighters earned incentives based on their Instagram traffic. The reigning one flyweight champion, won fighting championships, the promotion, continues to educate fans on what the pay structure was like during his tenure with the promotion, which has been eye-opening. I'm not sure what is so doggone scandalous. It just sounds like clickbait to say that this is a bombshell. Mighty Mouse is regarded as one of the greatest fighters of all time, but he has been transparent about his pay during his UFC tenure. He wasn't paid pay-per-view points like other champions, which was quite surprising for fans because how great he was. Championship Rounds tweeted a video from the former UFC flyweight champion's conversation with Chael Sonnen on his YouTube channel where he discussed the social media incentive. During the clip, Johnson mentioned that the promotion had a quarterly incentive to incentive structure to encourage fighters to remain active on social media and promote upcoming fights. He said, quote, they, the UFC, would give you incentives. I think it was quarterly incentives, like whoever had the most traffic, first person would get 25 grand. It would go to like 12 grand, 5 grand, and maybe $1,000. They'd give us a lot of incentives to talk about the fights. Okay. I don't understand how this is a bombshell or controversial or anything. Gabby says, I got to go, but I miss you and your family a lot. So hope I can see you all soon. Same. I'm not sure if you're still on, but good to see you. So Chael Sonnen confirms Demetrius Johnson's revelation regarding social media incentives. Chael confirmed Mighty Mouse's revelations regarding the UFC giving quarterly incentives for social media and noted that he benefited from the pay structure. The American Gangster was known for his incredible ability to sell a fight and wouldn't mind being viewed as a villain if it ensured a lucrative payday. During the aforementioned interview, Sonnen mentioned that he had been awarded 2 incentives for his social media activity and highlighted the importance of it. Now, I don't even know if this is controversial. This sounds made up like it's controversial. This is quoting Chael. The words matter. We should know that. And you brought up that pay for Twitter. I won it twice. It was $5,000, and $5,000 when you're not owed it. Oh my God, that is so much money. It's the most exciting thing. Demetrius, I never threw a punch. I tweeted out some words. So anyway, you could go check that out on the Sonnen podcast. But what I'm curious about, man, is there anybody that has a problem with this? First of all, is there anybody that has a problem with these guys being incentivized by the company to promote their own fights? Seems like a no-brainer to me, right? Let me scroll through and make sure I didn't miss any comments while I was reading here. Anyway, you guys have to understand, right? When you're doing business, you've got your product or your service. In this case, a UFC event. You've got an event, let's say. You've got to get out and promote it. So, of course, let's say somebody, I'm not sure what is more to this metric. Maybe they're looking at the number of people engaged, the views, the number of comments on the post. I'd love to see more detail on this incentive structure. Like, how do you actually win? All right. So Punchy Facey says 0. Fighters and the organization have skin in the game. Right. So if you own a promotion, if you're running an event, Carmen says butts and seats. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you're running an event, maybe it's a seminar like I just did in Hawaii. I just got back there. Maybe you're from there. Maybe you're running a show, okay, like Shoot Pro Wrestling or King of Catch Wrestling or something like that. You have to market. You could. I talk to people that run promotions, and the bullshit I hear, the excuses. Oh, it's your fault, or oh, you're not pushing it enough, or no. You need to learn how to do marketing, or hire somebody who knows, or get them involved. Somebody who knows how to get the word out and sell people on it, right? So sometimes the best salesperson, in this case, in a fight, might be the fighter themselves. They're the guy who's got to get in the ring. They're the ones who's got to take the lumps. Does that make sense? So my question to all you guys, how many of you have a service or a product that you sell? Anybody out there have to sell stuff to live? Now, maybe that's because you're a salesperson and you sell for other people. Maybe it's your own products. All right? But to me, if you are in business for yourself, maybe you're a consultant, maybe you're just a solopreneur, maybe you actually own a real business with employees and whatnot. This bombshell, if this is a bombshell, you need to seriously up your business literacy, okay? Because marketing is probably the most important thing you can do when it comes to actually running a successful business, right? What I love about this is that it highlights the fact that every single person should be jumping on, okay? Whether you're have a business or you're trying to sell a fight like Mighty Mouse or Chael Sonnen, right? You need to get out there and pushing your product. I get it. Yeah. Social media can be great for you guys that are bored and you do, I don't know, twerking videos or cat videos or yeah, that's great. But that's not going to put food on the table. Okay. You need to figure out how to get there, get online and start making engaging videos that help people, educate people, and convince them to get involved with whatever it is you're doing. Why am I doing this right now? Because, I help people in business. By the way, good news. I just got word that I am the number one coach, business coach for Cardone Enterprises, our elite group of coaches, the top 5% of coaches. I was number one for the month of April. And so why would I get on social media to talk about that? Because if you, for example, I have clients, many clients, the way you get up there is you measure your return on investment. You measure for me, how many times have I multiplied their revenue? I have one client that just pops into my mind. In 6 months, we increased his revenue 315%. That's over 3 times just in 6 months. That would not have happened had he not gotten engaged with a coach and we had pushed very hard, right? So you've got, if we make this assumption that people are money, right? If I took a billionaire, if I took Grant Cardone, if I took Elon Musk, if I took Jeff Bezos and I put him on a deserted island, guess what? Without people and any means of contacting people or anything, they'd be out there rubbing sticks together to try to get a fire, cracking coconuts to eat. Okay. But you add people and now they can buy things, sell things, hire people. You understand? So you need people. That's what marketing is. Marketing is promoting, right? So they talk about wrestling promoters or fight promoters. You've got to get out there and you've got to promote what you're doing. Okay. So now, whether you're a fight promoter or you got events or you got a service or you got a product, you need to get the attention of people. Carbon says, amazing, coach. Congrats. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. So you've got to get out there. The easiest thing is just to think about, where are you? Where are you? Well, I would venture to say you're on your phone. If you're watching me right now, you're on your phone or you're at a computer. So that tells you that people will see your stuff on social media. Now, whether you need to be paying for ads or just posting or going live like I do, that there are nuances there depending. There's a lot of things that can dictate what's the best ROI of your time, of your money, of your effort, all that kind of stuff. Fair? So I would like you to think about this. Your money is out there. So who's got your money? That's what Grant would ask. Who's got your money? First thing you need to do, you need to set a target. How much money do I want? Right? And you need to make a decision. When are you going to decide to be great? To push yourself beyond where you are now? Maybe that's financially. Maybe that's physically. Maybe it's spiritually. When are you going to make that decision? And when I say a decision, I mean you cut off everything else and you focus and commit. When are you going to make the decision to be truly, truly great? Is that today? Is that tomorrow? Whenever you make that decision, write the date down, because that's going to be the day your life changed. If you're going to be successful in terms of money or legacy and impact, you need to reach people. This is what marketing is going to do. Okay. But you have to understand, we live in the information age. So it's going to probably be 10 times, 10x more effort than you expect. You need to be, look at my Scientific Wrestling Instagram page. In the span of 1 year, mostly organic, we added for a year, 365 days, something like 400 people. We're up to a day followers. Okay. That's a lot. We're up to almost 167,000 followers on Instagram alone. I think we have maybe 50,000 on Facebook and, a couple thousand here and there on different platforms. And I'm going to be attacking each one. But what does it take? It takes consistency. It takes effort. It takes paying attention to what's working and what's not working, right? So consistency. It's probably the most important thing. It's just like anything. If you want to get results in your fitness, if you want to get results in being a better salesperson or violinist, or consistency. Every single day doing something to improve, right? 2, if it's going to be social media related, you need to start engaging with people. It's not just about pushing the data out, just making a post and skating. You've got to actually start talking to people and get engagement. Do you know what engagement means? It means like getting people to actually post, respond, like, share, all that kind of stuff. And, I think the thing you have to understand is that I think people put too much emphasis. Well, let me put it this way. They don't put enough emphasis on just being unique. I think a lot of people are trying to copy other people or do this, that, and the other thing. Just get out there. If you're yourself, you're going to be unique. Does that make sense? But people need to get to know you. So I want you to think about this, right? What are you doing to build your brand online? What are you doing to build your brand online? Your personal brand, your business brand, maybe the company you work for. Are you using social media, or are you being used by social media? Are you strictly a consumer of social media, or have you started to figure out I need to become a producer, a creator? Are you engaging? All right. I'd love to hear your feedback, guys. Now, remember, this is just the beginning, right? Digital advertising is just the beginning. There's a lot, like there's networking, there's so much to do with regards to getting engagement and actually making a difference in the world. I'd like you to really start challenging yourself and seeing what you're doing with that. Are you doing anything at all to improve your lot in life, right? I mean, why would the UFC offer a $25,000 incentive, if what they're saying is true, for the winner of the person who engages the most on social media? All right. So I'm going to wrap. I'm going to keep it short today. I got a lot of meetings. My daughter is graduating from high school. I can't even believe it, but she's graduating a year early. She's so precocious, so excited for that. So she's going to be graduating. Just got back from Hawaii, spent the about 5 days out with Jazz and Dylan, the proprietors of Shoot Dojo Hawaii, out in Kona. It was just fantastic. Really great program. Jazz is Gred58, big fan. Thank you. Appreciate you, brother. Give you a number one right there. Scientific Wrestling Hawaii, Shoot Dojo in Hawaii and Kona. You got to check it out. So cool. So cool. Dude, I have traveled the world with wrestling, okay? I've been involved with it forever. 2003, I started my company, and then I was already touring for a while prior to that. And I've never seen anything like what we saw in Hawaii. It was so cool. First of all, Jazz, the guy who runs the dojo, he is also a wrestling coach, like the high school wrestling coach. So we had such a cool mix of kind of jiu-jitsu people, no-gi grapplers, catch wrestlers, and then high school kids. And what was neat about it to me, I think we probably, one seminar, we probably had 35, maybe 40 people at it. What's cool is they do it in a pavilion that's outdoors, no walls, because it's Hawaii. I mean, the weather's amazing. So they do have a roof because it does rain, but we were outdoors all the time. In addition, I was able to go deep sea fishing, snorkeling, go to the beach, go to a coffee plantation. It was just fantastic. Top to bottom. Big shout out to Dylan, to Jazz. It was just a really great event. What I would suggest you guys, because I talk to Jazz a lot about business, it's part of the deal when you become a Scientific Wrestling affiliate. You do get the 10X business coaching. And so one of the things we're talking about, and if you want, DM me, I'll connect you. This is an incredible facility out in Hawaii. So if you want to run an event out in Hawaii, in Paradise, let me know. I can connect you with Jazz, and we can get that set up for you. Then the other piece of news besides, Hawaii and my daughter's graduation, 17, I can't even believe it, is the amazing news that now I'm in my second year. My first year, I was the number 2 coach for Grant. That was killing me because my branding's number 1. But just last month, I got the news that right now I am the number 1 coach. So I hit my target. My immediate target was just to hit number 1. Now I need to do it for the entire year. So If you guys know people that need help with their businesses, I'm a revenue coach. I'm a chief revenue officer for a 30-year-old software company. I've started and sold multiple companies, helped many companies into the multiple seven figures. I will help you. Greg says, congratulations. Thank you so much, sir. But I will help you. It's amazing. Like I said, I have one client, the one I was telling you, just sent me the numbers, over a 300% increase in just 6 months. Had another client, she made more in 3 months with me, 3 months in one quarter than she made the entire year prior. You can go to Chief Revenue Coach. I have a ton of testimonials, like a ton. Okay. So check it out. I am here to help you. The thing is if I help you, you're going to be helping me hit that #1 status. Greg's telling me he made another post. Let's see. I missed it. Greg, I'm currently ranked #1 in USA, Mexico, and Latin America in the men's 205 and heavyweights division. Love to rep you guys and have you as a sponsor of mine. Dude, send me a DM, brother. Send me a DM. Congratulations on being #1 in on your own, dude. That's amazing. Yeah, just send me a DM so I can remember that. Guys, I'm here to answer your questions for about another minute. Any question, you have questions about history, catch, you have questions about technique, you have questions about business, right now, hit me up in the chat. Otherwise, I'm going to be out of here. So, my hourly rate for coaching and for advice is upwards of $1,000 an hour. It blows my mind, but people pay it. So, because of the return on the investment, do you understand? You're not paying me by the hour. You're paying me for results. There's a difference. I know I'm youthful looking, but I'm 50 years old. I've been around. Like I said, you can go to my LinkedIn, see all that, see all the testimonials on LinkedIn. You can see the testimonials on chiefrevenuecoach.com. You can go to my Google My Business for #1 coaching and check that out. All the tests. I'm here to help you, and I will help you fast, and I will help you make money. Okay? It's what I do. In addition, the two things I have focused on my entire life has been entrepreneurship and grappling, wrestling. Okay? Luster Tiddlywing says, how to find wrestling partners. No wrestlers are in my country. What country are you in? Would be first. Second, use social media. Third, start a club and post about it and let everybody know. This is marketing. This is promoting. You got to let people know. I don't know if that helps you, but that's the first thing. So if you're in a country and there's no other clubs, then you're going to have to start your own. That's where I was at. I wanted to start training in catch as catch can. This is how scientific wrestling started. I got the bug. I was interested. 2001, I see you're in Libya. Dude, there's plenty of wrestling in Libya, dude. You need to look around. Now, it may be mostly Olympic wrestling, Greco-Roman or freestyle, but if you start at the club and you get good, you might convince them to start doing some catch, just to add submissions into what they're already doing with the pins, and there you go. But you have to promote, which fits in very much with what I was discussing, what we're talking about earlier today. Yeah, I hope that helps. So, guys, the whole reason I got going with this whole business of scientific wrestling, which has been wildly successful, is I couldn't find anybody to do catch wrestling. So I was like, well, nobody's there. I'm not going to let that stop me. I'm going to create it. So I started having clubs, right? I didn't know what I had not hooked up with a coach yet. So I did not have a mentor to begin with. So I started a club. I started looking out for mentors. And, my first mentor in 2004 was Carl Gotch. I went right to the top. I was thinking big. Carl Gotch led me to Fujiwara. I also happened to find independently Dick Cardinal. And while Carl was more of a mentor, only showed me a few things physically, we talked for hours. You can go to carlgotch.com. It's all proven. There's a lot of people that like to make claims like, oh, I learned from Carl, and there's like one picture of them and a lot of testimony that they don't know what they're doing, but they keep pushing and people keep buying the bullshit. Okay. Critical thinking is gone. You need non-contradictory reasoning and the ability to suss out evidence. You put those together, you're going to be on the right track. That's how I ended up getting with Carl Gotch, and I can prove it. You can go to carlgotch.com. You can listen to some of the conversations that we had on there. Then I stumbled on Dick Cardinal. Dick became my actual first coach, brought out Fujiwara, started learning from Fujiwara. And then because of all that work, mostly because I already knew Carl, I've done that work. Josh wanted to meet Carl. So I said, okay, Carl trusts me. Let me make this connection, and connected him. And then Josh did the same for me with Billy Robinson. And instead of just doing a one-off deal, I was like, I'm committed to this. So I apprenticed with Billy freaking Robinson for 7 years. Okay. Now, a lot of you guys already know that 7 years with a very hard coach, maybe one of the hardest coaches on the planet. But that wasn't it. My other mentor, I met right around the same time as I met Carl Gotch. And I was just in Hawaii with him here almost 20 years later. And that's Wade Schaus, the Guinness record holder for the most wins and pins in all of wrestling, 5 combat sport All-American, freestyle, folk style, Greco, judo, sambo, world champion, beating all the world champions, beating all the guys you know of. 20 years learning from that guy, how to wrestle, how to take down, how to pin, how to finish, the tricks. And what I've done in wrestling for 20 years, trying to figure this out and pass it on and provide what wasn't there for me as a business, I'm doing that with business itself. So, I have my master's degree in financial mathematics. I worked in investment banking, mortgage banking. Now I'm working with Grant Cardone, so I can pass this knowledge on to you. I've built and sold businesses. So I'm here for you guys if I can help you. We're creeping up on a half hour already. I'm going to jump off of here. I want to respect everybody's time. You can hit me in the DMs. I am here to help you. You understand that? Okay. And maybe it's not you. Maybe it's somebody you know. Maybe you're younger and it's your folks and they're having a hard time with their business, or they're a salesperson and they're not making sales. Maybe it's you and you want to improve on wrestling. Maybe you want to get involved in our mission. Go to scientificwrestler.com and partner with me on our mission, right? So let's see here. We got a couple comments. What's up, Stellar Steven? I appreciate you, brother. I'm going to have to miss that one comment. Stellar Steven, best return on investment certs outside of wrestling or marketing. What do you mean? Like, what kind of cert do you mean, Steven? I'm not sure. Like a business certification? I mean, a lot of that depends on what your network is. You have to remember, we all hear these kind of trite sayings and we just, it's a cliche and we don't really think about them. But you have to really, really consider, who do you know? Who do you know? So in my case, I knew Carl Gotch, I knew Wade Schaus, I knew Dick Cardinal. And because of that, I'm like, well, okay, it behooves me to go into wrestling because these are high-level guys. They're going to know other people. It's going to help me, right? If it's real estate, maybe your network of people that you know that are at a higher level than you financially, say, if you're talking about return on investment, you need to figure out who are those people and what certifications would impress them to bring you in and to show you the ropes. So, I got my master's, 2002, I graduated with a master's degree in financial engineering. I was 29 years old in 2002. Okay, 29, and I had my master's degree in financial math, financial engineering. It's basically financial math. A very difficult, it was for me anyway, challenging subject. So that's basically like certification. Very expensive, very hard certification. What it did for me was it got me in the right rooms. I was born to very blue collar I wouldn't say poor, but definitely not like mm, very middle or maybe lower middle class parents. They were divorced. I mean, it's just a disaster. I had no network of people. I had nobody wealthy in my family that I could connect with. Okay. I had no friends, no rich uncle, none of that. But I was determined to make money and figure it out. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to go that route. Now, mind you, this was also prior to the internet. So going to grad school wasn't such a scam like it is today, maybe. But what it did do is it got me in the right rooms. Now, back then, the degree, the debt that I took out was 60 grand. But my first year on graduating, I was making 125. And now it's a cash flow. So the one time 60 grand, I've already made back 2 times my investment in my first year. And I got up to making close to $350,000 a year. This is my early 30s. Back when, before inflation, before that was a lot of money. And I'm living in LA. What it did for me, though, is it got me in the right rooms. I don't really use anything specifically that I went to college for. It was a lot of it was stochastic calculus, statistics, derivatives like options, futures, forward swaps, corporate finance. I don't do anything with that anymore. But what it did do was get me into a room with my first billionaire, a guy in LA that I worked for named Kevin Berkey. And I sat and I listened. And that was the beginning of my first real education. This guy was an investment banker. He helped buy, sell, fund, grow, scale small businesses. And I listened. That was when I really started figuring out business. And then I took those lessons and started the first reverse mortgage consultancy, which is going today. As last I heard, it does $9 million a year in revenue. I sold my part in that years back. My wife and I acquired a software company. And again, I coached countless people, not just in wrestling, thousands, tens of thousands of people in wrestling, but in business as well. So why does anybody hire a coach? Maybe I need to ask that question. Why would LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, these guys are the best in the world. Why do they need a coach? Or maybe that's the wrong way to ask the question. Maybe they're the best in the world because they were serious enough to hire a coach, somebody to hold them accountable, somebody to let them know about their blind spots, somebody that could be creative and help them game plan. Do you understand? So if you're real serious about something, I highly recommend you find yourself a very good, experienced, winning coach, somebody who knows the subject matter. Now, you could be like Mike Tyson and have a Customano. You could be like Gordon Ryan and have a John Danaher. Could be any field. Boxing, could be business. Mine, again, are billionaires. Maybe you need to get with somebody and invest in yourself. Maybe you don't need to spend 60 grand, but maybe you need to throw down some money. That, what my mentor Grant says is if they don't pay attention. All you guys out there being cheap and not investing in yourself, it just is a reflection of how little you think of yourself. Just something to consider. If I can help you, you go check out Chief Revenue Coach. There's a lot of information there. Chief, CHIEF, revenuecoach.com. You can go to number1coaching.com. You can go to scientificwrestling.com. You can go to Scientific Wrestler. I got a lot of opportunities. Love to talk to you. Love to help you. Okay. I am obsessed with helping people, with improving people's lives. And I'd love to be a part of your success as well. Carmen says guidance, accountability, another perspective. Yes, 100%. All right, guys, unless there's any other questions, I'm going to jump. I appreciate all you guys joining me out there online. Again, DM me if I can be of any assistance. Otherwise, you guys have a killer, fantastic weekend. I'm going to celebrate my daughter. I can't believe she's going to be a graduate.